Good morning, traders. How we doing out there? Who's ready to wrap up the week with a green day? I know I am. Let's get after it. You're right here. It's live trading with Benzinga. Don't go anywhere. Smash that like and let's get it started. Who's getting that chicken dinner?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
What up, traders? How we doing? It's good to see you guys in the chat. Definitely say hello if you're new to the show. Let's get to the action. It's live trading time. Let's bring on, of course, Ryan Faloona in the house. We're going to get to some trading action today. Half Hitch Brewing in the chat. Beach Bum, Gary J, Team Cheek. Getting cheeky with it. Let's go. Let's get after it. Johan in the chat. Ben, what we shorting today, Ben? What you like out there? And, of course, the tuna. Don't miss the tuna out there. You know he's ready to go. We're going to get after it. Carmen, I am too that it's glad that it's Friday. We all need the weekend to step back and relax, man. Step back is what we need right now, especially it's been a tough market. Let's just be honest, guys. And we're always going to tell you how we're kind of seeing things, how things are flowing. Right now, it's been a pretty tough time, but the only way to get out of that really is to slow things down and keep on trading, baby. Keep on trading. They say if you ain't trading, you ain't fading, baby. So let's get after it. Let's take a look at what's going on in the markets for me today. I'm looking at the Qs just going sideways here. And I think this is actually giving us an opportunity, and it's going to sound a little weird, but to make an up move today, I don't know, man. This is how this market has gone. And one thing that I can tell you is we have been on a little bit of a decline as of late. We are been getting little push-ups, but every push-up gets like kind of a fail approach here. So let's see what happens today. Will we get a push-up and then it actually hold? I will be looking for also stocks in the retail game, like XRT, that ETF. We can take a look at that. But of course, names in there, right? Like KSS is one that I'm looking at. Why am I looking at this? Because it did have a decent day, right, on the 17th, right? Now we're getting kind of this sideways day. Do we get a little bit of a pullback and expansion higher? Things that I'll be looking for, like also on Macy's, things like that. You could look at like stocks like Starbucks. Mickey D's has been making a move as of late. Things like that, I think, could get a little bit of a lift. Some retail-facing stocks. Of course, I'll take a look to see if finally the airlines finally start to actually make an up move. They didn't do too bad yesterday, but until it gets to like 1280s, I'm not going to pay attention to American Airlines. I could look at like cruise lines to see what happens with leisure today. If that finally starts to make a little bit of a bounce back, be careful with like Airbnb. A lot of these are kind of consumer facing stocks. I'm wondering if they can get a small seasonality lift and then we see the takedown. We'll see what happens with these. Of course, oil names also have been an area that I've been talking about. Chevron has been my favorite oil name since Monday, and you guys see it. It's been pretty good move since Monday. Now the big level to watch is the 170 takeout. And where did we get WTI to come in today? I talk about this on start swing trade all the time. Just keeping an eye on where WTI is going. We were talking about how we were down towards like 85 and how 90 seemed important to get back to. Where are we today? Back at 90s. Of course, this is coming off probably off the heels of Biden comments, including Iran in the talks with Israel. I think that's really in the long run going to cause a spike, maybe potentially going back to that 95, if not 100 for crude. And if we can get back over $100 a barrel, well, guess what? Inflation goes higher and these oil stocks go higher. So that's what I can see in the future, especially coming towards the end of the year. I'm seeing at least a spike continuing in oil. We'll see what happens with that one. Of course, we can try to play that. Today, we did get some earnings from different stocks. So the one that was a little bit weird for me was this KNX. I don't know if you guys have ever traded this Night Swift. I've never traded this ever. And it was interesting because it did get a little bit of a pop this morning, but we'll see if this is short-lived because essentially they tightened fiscal year adjusted EPS guidance. But JPM stepped up and upgraded them and raising their price target to 57. We'll see about that rating. And of course,
real quick, Mitch, Morgan Stanley went to 75 on KNX. This was viewed as a really good report. To your point, it'll be interesting to see if it holds the gains or if it comes back in.
I don't know where they're viewing it a good report. Like, are they seeing numbers that I don't see?
I don't follow this sector close enough. And like you, I've actually never traded KNX. I'm familiar with Night Swift and what it is, but I don't have an edge here, is the way I would say it. If the report looks good, the market says it likes it, but I don't have an edge.
Yeah, that's where at least the numbers, they tightened their EPS guidance. So why would it be such a positive there? I don't know, man. Hey, sometimes things are a little bit different than what they seem, right? Companies that trade similar to KNX, you got Ryder, right? You can look at Ryder. You could also look at XPO. So if you're looking at XPO Logistics, that could trade with it. Just try to give you guys some relationships. I always like to know the relationships of companies because I want to know what companies trade with, right? We'll see what happens. All right, let's keep going, team. We'll take a look at some other stocks. I'll go to Ryan and his outlook. Of course, you guys can mention stocks in the chat. On swing trade action, I will be covering MTB today. I'm just going to be trying to take the profits and run. Believe it or not, this was just kind of continued downside play for the regionals, but it did have earnings this week. Now it looks like it wants to break support. So out the gates, I'm going to look for a little bit of support break and taking the money and run. I would probably hold on to this trade, but it's something that I will be releasing soon that I want to get out of this trade. So I want to tell you guys a little bit more about why I got short MTB. And a lot of that will be released on Sunday or Monday. I don't have a final date, but stay tuned with my big report that will be coming out, deep dive on regional banks and commercial real estate. That will, of course, you guys can keep up with it at MoneyMitchBZ on my Twitter. I'll let you guys know all about that. Let's go towards Ryan and take a look at his SPY outlook. Of course, you guys throw up your stocks. There's only one way to get it covered. You got to throw it up in the chat. And of course, you got to hit that like button. Let's get to Ryan here. Let's take a look at the SPY. How are we looking today, Ryan?
Well, we're looking like we're going lower here, but we'll see if that pans out. Really quickly, just to finish up the discussion on KNX.
Of course.
Todd here saying they might be getting business from Yellow going bankrupt. I would assume that all of the different companies would get some of that business, including JB Hunt. But Jay Rice bringing up another good point. KNX, this is saying it's simple here. KNX got whacked on JB Hunt's earnings. It wasn't a bad report, so this is a relief rally. So, you know, the whole thing with Yellow, maybe that business hasn't moved over yet or hasn't been reflected in the earnings yet and will be going forward. I don't know. This makes a lot of sense here, though. Stocks moving in sympathy and then bouncing back on a report that's just not terrible. So we'll see. Really good input there, though, on that stuff. And again, with this being a sector that I don't really follow, I'm learning with you guys.
That's awesome. What we're here for, really, right there, right? Yep. Ryan, you're learning something today. I'm learning something today. And hopefully the chat is learning something today.
Every day is a learning experience. Otherwise, you failed as a trader, in my opinion. Just saying.
Oh,
okay.
Mic drop.
Now, real quick, outlook on the SPY here. We're a little bit weak here in the pre-market session. I would expect us to go lower here. It looks to me like we did not get a close below the 426 trend line yesterday. We tested it. We are moving lower here today. Really, what's going to be important is, does this daily candle actually close below that level, or do we bounce back into the purple shaded area and close within that range? To me, looking ahead, my gut tells me that we're probably going to go lower here today. A lot of stuff going on in the real world here, none of it good. And I'm not sure why people would want to hold long positions over the weekend or initiate new long positions over the weekend. To me, it seems like we got a 200-day moving average. 6 points? What are we at here? 5.5 points beneath where we're at. Makes sense to go down there and test it and see what the market thinks. So we'll see. We'll see where we end up going. I like this lower here. We'll see if we end up getting the test here. I don't want to hold more stuff over the weekend. Let's go in and look at some of the regular or some of the stocks on the movers list here. I do want to adjust another one of the banks because this has been hot. This is RF. This is, of course, Regions Financial. This reporting earnings here and really kind of coming in. As Jay Rice is saying, not great for KRE. One of the things that we did see yesterday was Wall reported earnings, and they actually went higher. Now, they have pared back some of those gains here. We have the conference call later today, so I'm expecting more movement on this name, and this also should affect KRE here. But there was some good news about their credit loss provisions, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. Western Alliance Q3 provisions for credit losses, 12.1 million, down from 21.8 million year over year. So that's likely why this is going higher, or at least contributing to it. So we'll see how this goes. Remember, this conference call during the day today on Western Alliance likely to have an impact on the KRE. Good stuff here. So this morning. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay. All right, sweet. So let's go over some of the stocks here in the movers tool. First one is going to be Lipo. This is Lipo Pharmaceuticals. I have no idea if this is a junk stock or if this is actually a good stock or anything like that, but we are moving here this morning. I didn't see anything. If you guys have news, let me know. I don't really see anything here that's really driving. Ticker LIPO. We did spike as high as 340. We've come back in. We're right beneath the VWAP. So technically we're ready for a potential move here. We'll see if we end up getting that. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. I'll deal with that when Mitch gets back. So anyway, LIPO, this is definitely on the radar here today. We'll see if we end up getting that. Next one here is going to be ULY. Now, I struggle to say that this is on watch, but obviously we've carved out a huge range here urgently. I'm not really sure what this is. This seems like junk to me, to be quite honest with you. Yesterday, we had a PR in the morning. I don't know really what's going on here. If anyone else has anything, let me know. Just be aware that this stock, $5 yesterday, about as high as 21.5, and now back to 7. So do with this what you will. To me, this seems a little bit risky. Dan, good morning, man. My man, nice to see you here again. Thanks for contributing. FDA clearance on a new clinical stage, FDA approval, I believe. Half Hitch Brewing, LIPO has FDA clearance on new clinical stage. So why isn't that? You guys are going to make me go scold my news desk. Why isn't that in here? I'll take a look at that and see if why that wasn't in there. But anyway, really appreciate that. I'm surprised we didn't have a PR on that. Anyway, okay, so that's going to be on deck here. Ticker WHLR. I believe yesterday this stock was really struggling to get above 123. I believe this was a Bex call from yesterday. Bex, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I'm pretty sure that you had this one mentioned early. We really faded the end of the day here, but we popped in the morning, the pre-market here this morning, and we were briefly above the VWAP, and now we're really kind of staying under that VWAP. If we can break through this, then maybe along, but really not until then. We'll see if we can actually get a decent move on volume. Yeah, it was. Okay. Well, good stuff yesterday. Looks like we've got some more action today. We'll see where it goes. I did notice that Bitcoin traded above 30,000 earlier today, so that obviously puts Mara and Riot on the list here as well. Those have come in from their highs, but obviously we can watch Bitcoin and watch how these things trade. These might be more opportunities as well. And Zip Trader mentioned it last night. Okay, so the plot thickens is what you're saying. So, okay, WHLR up here on a Zip Trader mention. Really struggled yesterday to get above that level, but we'll see if it ends up doing that here today. Looks like there's another one that just popped on here. I didn't see this one earlier. GBIO. Oh, man, what a rough looking chart this is. Maybe we get a bounce here. I don't know. Cowen downgraded this yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. Keep this one on the watch list. Don't have much on this. Really kind of just seeing this here. We are at the VWAP, so maybe we get rolling here. All right. That's all I have on the list here for today. Looks to be kind of a lighter day, at least so far. Let's go over what you folks are looking at. Elon suggested HUBC This is a penny stock. HUBC did pop here. We went as high as 81 cents. We've come back to just under 70 cents. We'll see if we can get back to the VWAP and maybe even above the VWAP. I don't know. I'm obviously not going to trade this one, but Hub Cybersecurity on watch here, courtesy of Elon. Let me make sure. Oh, and you guys want to talk about SEDG. Yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger movers here. So this is solar. Obviously, solar goes down as interest rates go up. This had earnings, and you can see here, SolarEdge shares are trading lower after the company issued preliminary Q3 revenue results below estimates and lowered its non-GAAP gross margin guidance. Yikes, this thing down 30% here. Jay, I know you've been talking about this one. Talked all AM on SetEdge and Solar. Set your alarm earlier. Man, Jay, you spicy today. But yeah, this is moving lower here. What I wanted to see here is, do we actually take a next leg down or do we bounce all? I mean, the stock's already down 30%. So I'd actually be willing to wait this one out. If we take a look at the daily chart, we're really coming into a support level. I mean, look at this. This thing's down from a high of like $392. I mean, this thing just absolutely been shredded recently on SEDG. So we'll see. We'll see where we go here today. This one definitely worth watching and see what we trade here today. Let me see. Solar energy being hit. See ya. I don't know if you're saying buy or if that's a ticker, so I'm just going to wave and say see ya. Hofflinger. And Carmen, you're saying you're interested in what ENPH has to say. So, of course, that's another solar name. ENPH down 14% here. Yikes. ENPH down 14% here, presumably on the backs of the SolarEdge report. It's worth noting here, Enphase reports next week. Jay, if I had just waited a second longer, they compete with SolarEdge. See if it gets defended from the 96 level it hit in pre-market. There. I love this because you're giving this to us before the market opens. You're giving us an action plan before the move materializes. If this defends 96, meaning if this holds above 96, you might actually have a long side play here because it's a direct competitor to SolarEdge. Much appreciate that. I'll be honest, I really don't follow all of these solar things as much. I will when I get out west and look into putting solar panels on my house. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Jay saying CYA is a stock. I literally thought you were saying SIA. Simplify tail risk strategy ETF. What on earth is this, dude? I don't even know what this is. This chart literally looks like a ski slope with a little jump at the bottom. Not something I would normally be interested in. I would definitely need some more context around this one as to why this would be a trade. Really rough looking chart here for long side traders. That thing is yikes. Okay. SIA was set up yesterday and up again today. Okay. Well, all right. Let me see if I missed anything. I think we got it all. FDA banning menthol and flavored cigarettes. Okay. That's I guess if there's a trade in there, short BAT is what you're saying on that. Dude, can we get a ticker check on that? Beans and rice, my man. Should be. I think we covered everything. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Phase, actually, smoked tuna. I'm sorry I missed that. Let's take a look here at Phase real quick. We do have 2 minutes till the market opens. Phase is another penny stock for you penny players. Big pop here, pop back to the VWAP and drop. I'm going to pass on this. This thing's a nothing for me, but this is moving here. That is moving here. Okay, I'm going to flip over to my main workspace. We're going to wait for the market to open here. Taking a look at some more of the hots. Let me get Discord moved down here. Tesla a bit lower. We'll see if Tesla bounces out of the gate. Definitely looking for some day trades here. Let's get this all set up. We'll see if any of this stuff moves. Okay, we're kind of waiting here. Let's see what's on the scanner. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really see anything just yet. See what we got here at minute 15 till the market opens. Grow your own menthol tobacco. I'm sure everyone is set up to do that. or just quit smoking. That's probably the better move. All right. Smoke Tuna saying ICU getting some movement here. Let's take a look at ICU. This is a penny stock once again. So ICU, some moves yesterday. It looks like we're breaking down here. It's trying to bounce. Let's see if we reclaim that VWAP and maybe that $1 level. I'll probably just pass on ICU. LIPO trying to bounce back to the VWAP. We'll see if it's got the strength to do that. We just took a look at Netflix very briefly. Microsoft went green. Apple's green. Netflix on a little bit of a spike there. We shall see. 20 seconds until we open here, folks. All right. My day just got a little bit lighter. Let's go. All right, folks. We're just waiting out. Here we go. We are open. We are open. Let's see. LIPO looks like that first move here is, it's holding in there. Let's see on LIPO. Tesla, first move here down, pounding lows on Tesla. LIPO is kind of all over the place here. That feels like that might go lower, to be honest. LIPO. $15-min rule, play like professionals. That reminds me of Wedding Crashers. Rule number 76, play like a champion. Let's go. Good morning to everyone here. Smash up that like for Mitch since he's not here. Let's see if we can draw him back. LIPO trying to go through the VWAP here. Bang. And they brought in a bid under it. LIPO might be going here. See how much strength that has. 250 now. We'll say LIPO going higher. Wow. Nice little move off that low there, LIPO. Did not take it. That's okay. We're doing the professional. We're waiting. Watch out for those code 5s, Ryan. I don't think I know what you mean, Jason. I don't think I know what you mean. Tesla is bouncing here. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Tesla. Still red on the day, but trying to bounce. Let's see what kind of strength we get. Netflix still going. Netflix has got to be a short coming up here pretty soon, doesn't it, Jay? I guess unless your thesis is that with all of the turmoil, people stay in and watch movies. I don't know. Netflix to me feels like a short.
Shorting Netflix.
I'm not. You missed it. You came in at exactly the wrong time. You had no context. You were like a little kid wandering in a movie that has no idea what's going on.
Don't bring me to a toy store. You know that one. How we doing, guys? Let's do it, guys. Let's see what we can come up with today, guys. All right. So first things first, of course, MTB going down. So that is going to be good for me here. Just going to go ahead and cover this on the swing trade.
Where's Netflix getting its growth from? What's going to keep driving it up? They raise subscription prices? Is that the thesis here? Where are they growing? Who doesn't have Netflix that wants Netflix? Do we really think that the password sharing thing is going to capture more? I don't know.
So
I'm just skeptical of it. That's all. I don't have a position on it.
No, I mean, at least I can tell you that Netflix will always be best of breed, right? That's one thing I could at least say, right? So just a perspective, taking that MTB, not a bad position at all, over 4% on that win. Swing trade life, I can still stay green right now. The day trade life this week has been tough, right, guys? But what does that tell me? Size down, Mitch, size down. So I'm going to go back to trying to do what? Multiple trades, lower size. So splitting the capital, not going so heavy into one play. That's what I'm going to try to do today. Let's get after it, team.
You guys are saying subs were up big. Do you think they're going to be up big next quarter? I don't want to own things at peak earnings. Johan, Jay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah, Netflix is one that I honestly I think it could pull back a little bit more before it gives another lift. So it's kind of one of those in between for me. It's also way high up here in that it could at least give up some of this gap, right? I would love for it to tap like 390s and then come back to the 400. That's personal opinion there, but we'll see what happens. I'm looking around, guys. You guys let me know what you guys are seeing in the markets. Let me first tell you guys the outlook I see on the sectors. Communication services leading here from the open, up 0.24. Real estate up 0.2. Utilities up 0.2. Defensives behind that. Industrial starting to get a little bit stronger. On the red side, technology, consumer cyclical, and healthcare. So that's interesting to see technology taking a big opening dip there. So what is this telling me? This is telling me a lot of solar getting smacked there. Remember how I was kind of drawing warning signs on solar here? And a lot of people were talking about EMPH like an investment. And I was like, yo, be careful with those solar names, man. They could bounce, but they're wickedly on a horrible daily trend. And I'm glad that I was at least calling warning signs in there. I haven't been shorting them, but man, those solar names, they can wreck you. Jay, what are you talking about on are you talking about Netflix? But I'm just trying to catch the chat comments here. Really
no, I think he was arguing with me about Netflix. I have no idea what he was trying to tell you.
No worries, man. We'll just keep it going, right? Let's keep it rolling. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. I missed that show.
Which show?
I'll tell you, it was on ESPN. It was a little Jalen. Jalen was on there. Jalen Rose.
I have no idea.
Oh, man. Sizing, Jay? Okay, yeah. We've been talking a little bit. You did mention that I did go too big on that FAZ. The real truth was like I got hit twice, and then on Wednesday, if I would have played it, I would have made the money back. So that's a little tough one there, Jay. But you could be right? Like one of the things with having access to buying power like I have right now, because you guys, I'm trading with Trade the Pool, right? One of the things with having that type of access, I got to find one that can go higher, right? That's what I'm going to be looking for. XRT starting to come back here, guys. So I'm going to start looking to see what happens if we can finally get a little bit of some red to green action here. I'm looking at Macy's pulling back here. That's one that I'm going to keep an eye on. Don't mind Macy's. I kind of like this right now. Could come back to 1125s, but looking to see if I can get 31s, 33s here. Somewhere in between there, I want to get a starter on Macy's. Oh, and I got distracted earlier. I'm sorry about that, guys. Jalen Rose, of course, Jason. It's the Jalen Rose with Jalen and Jacoby. So I like watching that show. Gotta find some good podcasts that you actually kind of jive with. Mara looking decent. I'll take a look at that. SPY starting to go up here. Q's rebounding. I'm liking that for Macy's attempt here. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of Macy's there. So I just got a little bit of Macy's. Not a big position because I want to open multiple positions there. I'm also looking at KSS as an opportunity. Today I talked about that on pre-market prep. 2050 spot has been a bounce multiple times. So maybe 2065s here. I wouldn't mind. Might not pull back that much, but looking for it. KSS entry. XRT could also be another play. And then I'll let you guys know what starts to lead the market, because that's another thing that we can look at. Utilities leading the market right now. That's interesting to see, because utilities have been hit hard as of late. Look at XLU. This is why I like to do this, guys, and focus at like what's leading the sector from the open. Because look at that. That's strength, right? Now, if you wanted to play bullish setups for the strongest area in the market, you can look for reversals to see if it goes through those levels, but that at least gives us an ability to be where the hot stocks are right now, right? Instead of looking for hot stocks, I'm looking for a sector that's strong to maybe get in that sector. Things like that, right? Communication services also doing well there. Defensive starting to come down, so that could go red. Real estate could go red. We'll see if technology creeps to green, right? It did a big red move out the gates, and it was the leading sector to the downside. Now it's only 0.18 down, and energy leading to the downside. Tesla spiking off of 215. There you go. Trying to catch everything in the chat there. Ryan, if you see any stocks moving, let me know.
Yeah, I haven't seen much. Still watching LIPO here. We'll see if it can get above 260. But don't see any great setups yet.
Awesome. Looking around to see if I can get this KSS or XRT off the bottom. I like the KSS 65s. I just missed that entry, so I'm going to go for the XRT here for bottoming action. I go a little bit lower in size to start my startup there in XRT. Just got a little bit there, 50. Willing to come back here towards a double bottom and try to add off of that. So somewhere off of like 59.30s, I don't mind adding. KSS looking good there too. You can also take a look at some different area like Starbucks right now. I like that chart right now. I just need to be quick to this and try to get a little bit of a starter here. All right, got a little starter there. Going to add on pullbacks to 58.60s. So this is a VWAP bounce type of play here. I'll put out 58s just right now. XRT going in the green. That looks good. Nice reversal off that bottom. Won't be able to get that add at like the 59.30s, but glad I got the starter on there. Going to leave that size there. Could add to Macy's right now to try to jump on the juice right now. But I told you guys I wanted to play a little bit small and play more plays. So look at Starbucks already lifting there. I had to jump a little bit there. You guys saw me. I jumped to the 70s when it was at 67s. So I'm hoping I could get this little pullback fill off the VWAP right now. There you go. It's pulling back right now. It might give me that attempt right here. Boom. There it is. Should get me the fill. There he goes. Got the fill there. Now going to look to see if we can kind of hold, especially off of like a 45 attempt. 40s would be the risk here. And then looking for this to get back to 95s. There's a high of 95.06 just recently.
TPST just broke through and went. Sorry, I wasn't in that one. Yeah, TPST. This was a huge move here. Didn't take it though.
NVIDIA popping. Okay.
Bummer.
How do you scan the entire market for sectors like that? Okay, Joshua. So what you want to do is you want to look for different services that could provide ways to kind of look into sectors, right? I use a different service to do this, but the biggest important thing I think to learn is to scan by percentage change since open. You can do the same thing on Benzinga Pro and just scan by percentage change from the open. This is going to help us find what is leading the market, right? Because from open is only calculating and discounting that kind of pre-market period, right? I think that's important because sometimes a stock looks really good in overall percentage, but from the open, it's gone down the whole day. I need to know that. So I usually have it right next to each other. I have overall percentage and then change from the open on the right-hand side of that. And of course, I've shown this a lot on Start Swing Trade. So if you want to learn more about kind of sector industry analysis, intermarket analysis, come to Start Swing Trade. That's where I talk a lot about that. That's at 3:30 p.m. I'll see you there. And that's Eastern.
Rich saying, Ryan, congratulations on the win. Didn't get it. Oh my God, Mitch, stop, dude. Dude, stop. Ryan, congratulations on a win. Didn't get a chance to tell you. You got absolutely hosed, man. Tyler Bass putting up a donut. You should have had that win. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to get that win.
All right. Starbucks starting to recover here. Just going to want to see this close right back above 94.50s here in the next 45 seconds. So the next candle opens up and it starts to open up green. We'll see if it gets back through the trend line, especially a move to 94.80s.
Holy shit, Judge. I'm really sorry to hear this, man. I really hope she's doing all right and recovers quickly. That really sucks.
Yeah,
that absolutely sucks.
Man, I just read that and it's kind of drawing my attention away, but yeah, that's not what I want to hear at all. That's a little disturbing, actually, but hey, we're here for you, Richard. If you need to talk, we're here for you, man. All right, 94.40s pulling back here on Starbucks, getting a little bit of attempt right on the last little seconds of this. So we're going to watch this. Might cut Starbucks just because it's starting to get a little bit too aggressive on this pullback, but really need to watch when this next candle opens. Can I get a little bit of a lift right back towards 94.50s? Not going to cut out.
NKTX, maybe if it can get through 240, it's got some size there at 240, 239. LIPO looks like it's trying to go higher here too on LIPO. So no position on any of these, but interested. Dude, come on.
All right, taking a look into the market here really quick. SPY starting to pull back here, so we could get a little bit of a pullback. Q's holding on to the VWAP, so that still looks good there. SPY is pulling back towards like the exponential 50. I want to see it hold like 425.50s. Since I'm playing the bullish action, move back through 426 is the move that I'm looking for. If the SPY can make that move right now, we'll be looking pretty decent here. I'll show you guys the SPY right now is the 5 right there, 425.96. Boom, 425.96. Can we get through that 426 level and start getting back through this resistance? So this is kind of like an up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3 action was the expansion. Pull back all the way to the support. Now I shouldn't break this on my look of the rule of 3 there. If this breaks later today, I'll definitely be concerned for downside action. But right now I'm playing for the upside break. We'll see what happens. Like always, you guys choose your own levels, but 426 looks like a big resistance. Can we close above it on 5-minute basis here? It's going to be important. Then I'll tell you guys what starts to get the lift out there. I'll be looking around here. Utilities still leading, but something's coming really fast. Communication services is coming really fast. Utilities is still leading the market, though. Defensive's getting a little bit of a lift here. And what's getting to the green? Technology, baby. Red to green now. And now a just break even, slightly going green from the open. Even though overall it's still down 0.15%. What in technology is leading? Let's talk about industries. Well, solar is bouncing back after getting wrecked. That's how it goes sometimes. SEDG up 6.4%. Array up 5.9%, up over 6% now. Run up 4%. And some of these solar names bouncing back right now.
SEDG bouncing back.
There's the SPY starting to push there, so that's not looking too bad. Now that's a nice little lift there. Exactly what I was looking for. SOXL looks interesting as it starts to lift off there. There's the SPY going towards the upside. We got about a minute left for us to close, a minute 30 for this to close above 426. Want to see those levels hold for the resistance now to start acting as support. So that's around this 426 level. I'll make this green so you guys can see this really good on the screen here, and I'll put it pretty bold. I'll be watching for that line to hold now and act as support. If that could hold on pullbacks, we'll be looking decent for this takeout of that wick to the upside.
Yeah, Paul, am I still in Portillo's? Yes, that's a long term. Wake me up in 10 years. That's not something
Wake me up.
That's not something I'm going to sell out of because of what's going on now.
Yeah, and that isn't gonna stop selling food out the door anytime soon. So
They've literally never closed a store in their history.
exactly, you get what I mean, Ryan? Like, so at least can we say you'll still be around? Yeah, this should probably be around your whole life, man. So I know how I need to go and try a Portillo's, but that's
Yeah, you do. It's awesome.
XRT getting green for me here now. Nice little lift off there. So doing pretty good on this retail trade. And this is exactly what I looked at in pre-market. I'm just glad I went after certain plays here, smaller, giving me an ability to get around some of this action here. We'll look to see if Starbucks starts to get to the green. That looks interesting, especially as the market starts to push up. Here's a nice little pullback opportunity. Soxel pulling back. So I'm looking at Soxel to see if it goes towards like 58 or 50 here. If that happens, I could maybe take a shot there on Soxel. We'll see what happens there. That's, of course, playing more into the tech rally that I'm starting to see, right? So tech going green now. Communication services leading, utilities leading, and utilities aren't looking too bad. Let me take a look there to see what's kind of giving the best move there. So I'm going to look to see what happens there. All right, so I'm looking for utility names that are really strong today. You know what's an interesting one that's really lifting? Hawaiian Electric.
HE, huh?
Not looking too bad on the day, at least. And the only way I'd play this is especially on a day that I see utilities leading, right? So that's actually having a nice little bounce back. We'll see if that can keep going.
Bernard, no, I'm not. What is it on? What channel is it on right now? Is there a channel I can catch that on? I will check that out. Yes, Jay,
players.
yes. Despite the smartass comment, yes, nothing about the thesis has changed.
Starbucks. Holding it right now, but might cut Starbucks. That's the one that's in the red here.
CLSK block at 420 if it can take that out on CLSK. PAC-W up a little bit here today.
Just managing Starbucks. Just want to see the SPY get back up there.
MTC trying to go through yesterday's intraday high.
SPY
MTC.
just went right back to the support here, guys. Definitely keep your eyes on the SPY here. That's going to be interesting. Does it break that support? I drew it on the screen here, and we went right through it, and then just did a little bit of a wick. Now, do we close below that? That's going to be important. That's that blue line you see here. I'll make it red. We'll see what happens on the SPY there. You can see how it's going through that, and it pulled back through where I wanted it to hold, which was this green line above. So let's see what happens. This could be a Wix shakeout. So let's see if this goes right back to the upside.
Nice trade, Crow. Nice job on MTC here. You got it at a much better entry. If it pops through here, I would do the same thing. It actually did break through. Let's see if it goes any higher here. Awesome entry.
It got you up there, Ryan. You can explain that MTC chart.
Yeah, I was basically looking for a break here through this 249, 250 area. It's exactly what we got. Bang, 15-cent pop. Crow, you're probably all out.
Boom, boom.
Look at that. Nice call, Crow.
How about
nice call,
Ryan?
LIPO, by the way, back into VWAP. Sorry, Mitch. What was that?
No, you're good. You're good. How about you go through some of the names that you were looking at earlier today to see how they've been performing and kind of show us that.
Okay. So the ones that we had here on the list, let me go ahead and bring up Pro here. The ones that we had here on the list, this is LIPO. One of the things I was watching was this break here, this 260 break. Now, we did get it, but it didn't really juice it, right? You can actually see that the volume, instead of expanding, is contracting. Good news is that we're above the VWAP here. And if this can actually hold this, when we get the next expansion, you might get a next move. So this is not done yet here. ULY, this was the crazy one. This thing's showing no potential entry. None. Zero. I tried to bounce back to the VWAP, got rejected. Even more red volume candles here. I know we had a huge range here, but this to me, not looking good. WHLR from yesterday, really struggling yet again to get over the VWAP. So yesterday we struggled to get above 123. Today we have been unable to do that. To me, until we can do that here, this is a nothing. Really not a whole lot going on. GBIO, this didn't move at all. This looks like this might continue its pattern down. Bitcoin doesn't really seem volatile here. Mara and Riot moving up a little bit, but really unable to take out that pre-market highs. That exhausts the entire list that we had here from this morning. Really not a lot going on, Mitch, other than LIPO.
Big drag in the SPY here, big drag on the SPY. So just be careful out there, traders. We'll see if it's just a little bit of a shakeout here, but I'm setting stops just to protect myself underneath. There's no point in putting risk out there on the positions I have green. Position that could go red and stop me out is Starbucks. I'm setting a stop around 94.24s. We'll see what happens there.
MTC, Crow, nice move. This thing, huge move through that 250 area here. Now 30 cents, 30 some cents through that area. Bang. And LIPO really, I mean, I think that this really needs to get its volume to step up. AUMN, nice little move here today on AUMN. Oh my God. I'll be honest, the charting stuff in Trade the Pool has me confused. Really does. There. Ryan, the closest Portillo's to San Diego is 91 miles away. That's a bit of a drive there for you, but could be worth it. Could be worth it. The interesting thing about Portillo's expansion plan is that they actually expand into areas where their mail orders are high. So that's actually what happened with Texas. And Arizona, frankly. There were a bunch of Chicago transplants that now lived in those states that really wanted Portillo's. And what they would do is they would order the beef and like the beef sandwich package online and have it shipped to them. Well, Portillo's aggregates this data and then chooses where they're going to open their next stores based on it. Pretty ingenious plan, actually. Crow stopped out on LIPO. That's what I was afraid of. That thing just broke through the VWAP there. We did not get the volume that we needed. MTC was a big winner, though, Crow.
SPY still dragging there. Let's see if it recovers, but it's right off of an important level around 425.50s. So I'm working here, team. I'm working. We'll see what happens. I like if XRT can hold 59.50s. If the SPY can make a move up to the upside, I could actually
BRD.
add here. I want to see a slight tick below the 50s again. Try to attempt this 47 and then hold that. This could come right back up through 60 today, so I like this. We're getting an attempt to the upside, to the green. The key is, can the SPY go green for me? Qs are fighting to get above the 359.70 level. Seeing communications leading the market here, utilities behind that, defensives in the red, deep financials, consumer cyclical, and energy. Financials in the red? Been talking about financials in the red consistently. KRE going down today. JPM red today. Is Bank of America red? Oof, yeah, that MTB. Could I got more? Oh, hell yeah, I could have got more, man. Should have stayed on that MTB. There's a big reason why I've been talking about MTB. You guys might find something out in my deep dive report. I hope you guys tune in for that, guys. I'm telling you guys, some good stuff in there. Look at MTB, Ryan. Oof.
Going down. So did you stop out of this earlier? Oops.
Oh, I took the money and ran for a reason. But the big reason is that I wanted to take the money. But to tell you the truth, that's why I mentioned it. I think this could keep coming down. And regional banks all around. Regional financials could go down. There's so many regional banks that could keep going lower. Bank of Ozark is another one that I would say could go lower. I could just short this on a daily play here. This looks like a nice little scalp type of play. We'll see what happens. I would like it to kind of like bounce here, 3680s, fail that, and then come back through 36.20s going to 36. That looks interesting. MTV just getting hit hard there. Trying to find what's down the biggest. Looking for some bigger ones. First Bank Core. Look at this one. FBP. Look at that. Boom. Smacked. Regional banks. Val said you're shorting Microsoft. See what happens. Gerald, it should get released Sunday or Monday. It really just depends on, I'm trying to get the editor to knock it out, but I'm trying to make it really good. So Sunday or Monday, look forward to it. It's an answer to that later today on my Twitter. That's where, of course, I'll keep you guys up to date. And of course, I'll release it through Benzinga's Twitter also. It'll be on the YouTube and more than likely Sunday or Monday. Stay tuned, Gerald. The truth is, it's been a busy week with the AI conference. I don't know if you guys caught yesterday my interview with MasterCard and Verizon. If you guys didn't, I'm going to actually give you guys the link on that a little bit later today so you guys can tune in at the end of the show. And of course, you guys see the rule of the pool competition. We got 368 of you guys. Smash the like if you guys are enjoying the action today. We'll see what goes on in the market. It's a battle right now. All around, I feel like it's a battle, but we'll see. SPY's going lower here, so just be careful. We'll see if it gets a bounce. Now I'm going to go ahead and step up to the plate on XRT. All right, so now I'm stepping up to the plate here. Just added a little bit there on XRT. I kind of like this position. Now I want to go ahead and set my stop, my risk. It's going to be about
CLSK, nice move.
$13 there. Not much there on the risk side. Macy's the same thing I could do here. Hold off the 1130s. Add a little bit here. All right, I'll step up to the plate there. It's not too much risk either. That's why I'm willing to do it. So now 949 risk, really small, but gives me the opportunity to have a little bit added size on the pullback. I see the strength. I just need XRT to kind of lead here. The Spider Retail ETF, get that next move up. And then I can start looking for what stocks are doing really well in here. Wolf is right off the VWAP. Etsy's one that's been getting a little bit of a bounce back as of recently. So let's take a look at that. Look at this little scalp opportunity here. This doesn't look too bad for 66.20 pullback. Something 66.30, somewhere in between there. I don't mind taking a shot off to 66 here. It's bunching up way above the VWAP, so that shows you the strength. Carvana strong also in the same area here. So Carvana looking to maybe break 32 here. Ollie's looking pretty good there. Leslie's, LESL. Smaller stocks going up a little bit higher in this retail group. So I'm just calling out what I see strong there. Camping World Holdings. Here's the opportunity there if I want to get a little bit of Etsy here. See if I can get 66.20. Ooh, it just jumped.
MTC trying to go for new highs here. 290 spot. Bang, right through it. See if it keeps going or if it pulls. Those high day range breaks haven't been great. Gone 7 cents here.
All right, there goes Starbucks into the green here, at least starting to get back up there, looking pretty decent. I'll go to you, Ryan. I haven't had your chart up, so.
That's okay. I was actually looking at TPST, but this is really struggling. We're just kind of compressing here. I don't think the entry here is on, but what I was watching here on a different chart was MTC, which was traded earlier here. Chat was on it. Popped through that high, but not much. We'll see if it holds here and builds or if it comes back in.
No fill there for Etsy. I tried to get in there, guys. Just no fill there. So I'll let that one kind of work there. I'll use it as a kind of a confirmation. I'd like to see that just go higher and take off there. Another one that's been moving as of late, guys.
CLSK, great.
Victoria's Secret. VSCO. I'll look to see if that makes another move up.
What a move on CLSK. 3 up here on MTC. If you go to, let me remove Mitch. If you go to CLSK here, look at this break on the daily. Right, this really, really good formation. Should have just front ran this. I was nervous to front run this, and the move through the break was fast and not really. I haven't really been trading upside range breaks, but look at this on the daily here. Really nice looking chart here. CLSK, nice little move this morning.
I might go trade some
Yeah,
Victoria's Secret.
Carmen, I'm with you 100% here. Carmen saying, Ryan, TPST is just playing with us again. I'm not touching it until the shorts exit. I'm looking for something definitive, but it definitely looks like it's just playing around. If we get a better setup here, that's a different story, but I haven't seen it yet today.
Stepping up to the plate a little bit here on BSCO. Just got a little bit there, 50 shares. I'll look to add a little bit here on this one.
Jesse, we do. It's public. We do.
MU with a nice little bounce there. That's looking interesting. That's a pretty strong stock in tech.
What's wrong with my...
Tesla's starting to get strong, guys. That's been pretty weak. Could bounce back some, right? Those Tesla buyers love to defend the stock.
Tesla, nice little move off the bottom, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I would look for a move. I'm going to look for a quick 216 pullback. If I could get a 216 pullback on Tesla, I'll take it.
TPST breaking out of that little formation. Trying to go higher here on TPST. $644, the next spot here that it would need to break. This probably just pulls. There's 44 up. And through.
Putting out an order for a quick sweep Tesla pullback. We'll see what happens. Tan almost $2 off the low. Panic selling probably.
LIPO might be setting up again, Crow, if you're still watching for that one. LIPO. TPST trying to go through highs.
All right, guys. I want to go ahead and mention, of course, you guys know Trade the Pool is having our competition coming up, and I want you guys in it. So let's get to it, guys. Of course, I want you guys joining the Trade the Pool, Rule the Pool competition. I'll be throwing up the link in just a second here in the chat. Go ahead and let me know, guys, who signed up already, who's going to win it. The fun part, it's absolutely free, guys. Show us what you got. Fun part, penny stocks included, baby. So you know. The Crow, you gonna take it, Crow? Crow, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see like a sweet trade, because to tell you the truth, you could get some pretty good sizing on penny stocks there. Be careful out there, traders. Of course, learn from the experience too, right? Take it as a learning lesson. Everything we do here, always, how can we learn a little bit more? That's what it's all about, right? All right, guys, we'll see if Tesla gives you that pullback opportunity. I got a lot of stocks that are just like kind of just slowly, a little bit red, a little bit green. So kind of in the middle stage right now. We'll see if things start to get a move.
I really don't want to buy TPST up here. It feels bad.
Bro, you'll look into it in the weekend. I mean, all you gotta do is just drop an email there, man. Just jump on it right quick. Take 2 seconds. All right, guys, let's see what happens today, guys. Will I get burnt? Will I get back to the green? Let's find out, team. Tesla's holding the trend line pullback there. We'll look to see if it goes higher. I want to really take a look here to see if the Qs make an attempt to the downside and hold. They're doing it right now. 358.50s. Let's see if it breaks the support. Man, this market has been a tough one. I'll tell you one thing, though. A lot of resistance rejection around the 360 spot on the Qs. So this looks like we might break right now and head to the downside. So let's be careful here. We'll see if it does come back, though. How's the SPY doing here?
A lot of names that were SPY's down. A lot of names that were raging right out of the gate there, not raging anymore.
Yeah. Got to be careful there.
By the way, Netflix down 6 points from the high when I was being ridiculed.
Starbucks in the green there for me. So now I got to be a little bit careful here. I'm going to raise the stop right underneath it. So at least the risk is really tight. I'm only risking $10 now on Starbucks and being smart about this. So since we're pulling back, I don't want to risk too much there in Starbucks since I get what here? 4 positions in the green. So 4 positions in the green mean protection on now. Let the market do the work, not me. I've done the heavy lifting. I'm in the green. Let the market now work. So that's what I want to do here. Tighten up, tighten up.
MTC trying to take out that 3 spot, some size there at 3. They're trying to hit it. TPST trying to break through 647.
It's all about the secret today, baby. Victoria's Secret with a nice little lift off there. We'll see if it can continue riding high, baby. You know what I got to say.
Here comes the money.
Uh-oh.
Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
It never gets old. It
Dollar
never gets
bills,
old.
y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. We'll see if I end up in the money too, right? Because it's unrealized right now. This is that Twitter money right now. I'm trying to make it that real money. Let's go.
The Twitter money.
The contest starts on Halloween. Yeah, and Halloween, guys, we are dressing up here. So we need some people to join us.
Whoa. I'm not dressed.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You're going to be a hockey player, bro. You're just going to wear your jersey.
I'll throw a hockey jersey on, sure. I wish I still have my helmet. I could wear that too.
You see? You see? That was easy, right, Ryan?
I mean, a hockey jersey. Like, I put that on. I'm not on Halloween.
Hey. Shh. I already got your costume. I'm already thinking ahead, man.
Mitch out here thinking about my costume. That's something.
Guys, I want you guys excited.
Shit on last night.
I want you guys excited. What's your costume, guys?
Yo, Jason, this is actually the most creative answer so far. Ryan should be a pirate because I've already got a bird. You know, if I could get Jason, this is a primo idea. If I could get that bird to just chill on my shoulder all day, I would think about doing that. But he doesn't do that. But that would be sick.
That would be sick, man.
There's no way I would ever do anything to dress up like Nancy Pelosi. Merv, I love you, man, but there's just no way I would ever sink to this level. Marty's going as Sam Bankman-Fried. You guys have some pretty awesome.
I could do Sam Bankman-Fried already, man. I've done it before. I could pull that off right now. Remember the little fro that I had?
Only kind I have. Jason, I can appreciate that, my man.
Let's get after it, team. Let's see. Victoria's Secret winning position right now with only 50 shares, man. This thing's taking off here, guys. Who didn't tell me on the secret, man?
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Gotta get you guys the secret right now. VSCO, baby, taking a nice little lift here, guys. There's some hourly resistance that we're going into right now. Let's see if we go through that. Look at this hourly chart. This is a pretty chart here. So we get that one drive, pull back, second drive, pull back, third drive, pull back, rule of 3, baby. Let's see if it keeps going through.
MTC really pulling off that 3 spot. We'll see if that sets up again.
Ryan, you didn't understand it. They wanted you to dress like the GOAT. Pelosi's.
God, but I mean, like that name, like there's nothing good
What about
that
Kramer?
person or name.
Kramer for Halloween.
No, dude, no way, dude, no way. You guys, no chance.
Well, can I be what is the guy from Nicola? What was it? What is his name? Milton?
Oh, from Office Space?
No,
Where's my
no,
stapler?
from Nicola pushing down the
Oh,
truck.
Trevor Milton. No, dude.
Trevor Milton. There you go. I'll be like a semi truck, and I'll be like the guy behind it just pushing it.
Oh, stock trader costume ideas are something else, man. This shit just hits different.
You gotta have the creative mind, man. The creative mind.
Put
There
on
you
the
go.
skeleton
You see,
and
Zoltan
tell
came
us-
in real quick.
Dude.
Zoltan came in real quick with Trevor Milton.
Dude, 13. Put on a skeleton costume and go as Feinstein. Oh gosh, you guys out here popping on a Friday. I love it.
Yo, no, Ryan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get AB to dress as a bull, and we're gonna get some big guy like Michael Murray to dress like a bear and chase him down.
Oh, dude, that would be
Detroit.
so good. That would make such a good TikTok short, bro. Let's go. We out here.
Just chase him down the streets, and people are just like, "What the hell is going on? Why is the bear beating up the bull?" Stock market, baby.
Oh God, you guys. Let me tell you something. If I ever need idea generation, I know where to go now. I'm coming here. If I'm ever like sitting around like, oh, I need some idea for X event or something like that, I'm gonna come here and ask this group. These ideas are popping.
All right, guys. I have 4 in the green. Why not go for 5? I'm gonna go for another trade here. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going reversal on SOXL here. Long SOXL there for the reversal play off the bottom here. The good part is I know exactly where my risk is going to be on this. So where would be the risk? Right underneath the support. So not at support, underneath support. So I'm going to go towards 710 here and risk there and look for it to just bounce right back up. This market's been loving to do these types of moves, top to bottom moves, where you go from the top to the bottom of the range and back up top. So let's see what happens here. Getting after it, team.
Kaylee's saying this is the nerdiest Halloween party ever. Kaylee, don't even trip though.
She's jealous. She wants to be invited.
She knows she'd like it. She knows
she wants to be invited. She's just maxing on the list.
Everyone here is invited. Come on now.
Kaylee said
MTC coming back on. We'll see if this takes 3 on MTC.
She already got her costume. Look, she's going as a bot.
That didn't take long. Go as a bot.
As a bot. Are you a Twitter bot? I mean, man, the fakes out there. Look at that, guys. Look at that, Ryan. A sea of green, baby.
Look, hey, Mitch, when we were talking earlier this week, I was like, Mitch, you're going to come back and get it. Look at this. But you got 6 positions open.
Dong, dong, dong.
I gotta step it up here.
Oh my God, I didn't even watch this fill come in. Look at this one. This fill was the nice one because I didn't even watch this one come. Sound the alarm.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm like trying to be serious and I can't.
God, what is going on, guys? Look at this Tesla fill.
Mitch.
I talk about 216 pullback. Can it give me a little pop fill? Pop fill indeed. So, and I'm going to say this, you guys, I understand that sometimes trade the pool has some tough fills. What about this one, Ryan? This one doesn't look too bad because I put this out there just sitting there on the limit.
So
it came down by how many cents? 216 and I had 216.10. So not a bad entry at all, I feel like.
Now it's beneath it. Okay, so it's that blue line was your entry.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah. But like you guys saw, there was only about 10 cents there of give on the bid, right? And the bid in the offer right now is about 10 cents wide. So that's a pretty decent fill there. Just saying. Mitch wearing his Victoria's Secret outfits. Hey. Who knows?
I thought you were going to finish that comment. I was like, is Mitch going to finish this one?
And we'll be back to the show. What's going on out there,
Do we
team?
try LIPO here?
Starbucks pulling back a little bit, but I do have my reestablished risk on that one, so I could always get back in on that name. The things that I'm going to be watching for, like Tesla, can this kind of balance out here? What's going to be my risk here? Let's make it towards this 215 because that's what I really wanted it to be. So I'm going to go towards 214.90s here on Tesla. We'll see what happens on that one. VSCO still doing pretty decent. Definitely don't want this to come back down through my entry. So at this point, I can set about a $1 risk there and just to try to let the stock work there. XRT is pulling back right towards my entry. This is the one that I haven't really tightened up too much. But the big part here is we need to see the SPY come back now. I don't want to see it break through the support. I need to see the SPY start coming back. My stocks have been in the green multiple times, so it's time to see them get towards the profit takes. The biggest thing is we've been seeing a lot of reversals, so I'm playing reversals. Let's see what happens on this candle here, on this level here for the SPY to start working its way all the way back. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't, if it comes through like, let's say 423.50s, that's when I start just closing positions.
LIPO, like it here, took some at 252 on that VWAP. We'll see if we can keep moving here. LIPO.
At least we've had some fun here today. That's what matters.
Oh, yes,
like
sir,
always,
man. It is Friday. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Let's see if LIPO just comes right through this. LIPO, whatever.
Lipo.
The next spot here is 260 with it, which really needs to get taken out. 260, 265 seems to be a lot of size at 265. Boy, that'd be great to test that and break it. See if we can get 265 test here.
All right, so looking to see if lows start holding in the SPY and the Qs. The SPY is testing that 423.50 spot. Hasn't blown through it, so I'm just watching that to see if we recover there, but it just starts to get me on alert. Keeping the position smalls is what has allowed me to continue trading today.
And also allowed you to have 6 of them.
Yeah. And do I have bets on? I would say so, right?
I got cleaned out of my sports bets last night, Mitch. It was brutal. I was Calvin Ridley was 35 yards short from cashing like a $250 parlay.
Dude, Calvin Ridley has not caught a ball in like 2 weeks, man. It seems like, at least. I mean, yeah, he's gotten like
I mean, he's easily their best receiver.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't know what happened. I don't know if you know how Calvin likes to talk a little bit. I don't know if the coach is kind of like giving him that, like we're not going to pass it to you kind of thing right now until you play by the team's rules. Because to tell you the truth, for Christian Kirk to get that many targets and Ridley to only get one pass, that was interesting to see. I just saw that yesterday, Ryan. So
LIPO feeling a little heavy here.
yeah, man, the SPY is like testing that 423.50 spot, but I'm just looking to see if we get a wicked reversal. Of course, it's option expiration day, so we could see things turn around all day long. It could be choppy. You know what is starting to pull back? That is interesting. That was up 9%, man. SEDG. It went red to green and just ripped to the upside. Of course, today is a lot of talk on that solar move, right? Because they gave out preliminary results in the pre-market and they were destroyed. I think it was aftermarket actually yesterday, but completely destroyed was SEDG and it bounces back. This is that the trade you told me yesterday, the idiot one.
The idiot drop.
The idiot drop. Ryan, you didn't play the idiot drop.
No, I don't. I don't feel great about solar companies in a high interest rate environment. Nah. The environment has to be right for the idiot drop. Now this worked here, but I mean, I guess you could have just mean regression trade. Excuse me.
I like the milkman idea, Sydney. Could be the milkman. Stock milkman. What are you guys looking at, man? Bank's not looking happy?
I'm taking lipo off until we set up here. This feels heavy here. We'll see if it moves through 260. Might try to scalp it again.
Dude, remember earlier?
XRTX, huh?
Remember earlier in the week, I was trading FAZ.
This is a penny stock, though.
Look at FAZ today and look at the FAZ the last couple of days. This is how it goes sometimes, team. You traded on Monday right here. Tuesday right here. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's how it goes sometimes, team. Sometimes I could be early on seeing things. But look at that trend now. Look at the FAZ. That's a big move in 3 days. Big push there. That's what's dragging the market, a lot of that bank outlook. I'll tell you that much. See if the Tesla Dragon can turn around for me.
I love that you just call it the Tesla Dragon every day now. That to me is hilarious.
That's what it is. This is a Tesla Dragon.
Hilarious,
man.
bro.
Bro, like I see it like the Lord of the Rings type dragon, and I'm just like trying to slay it. Trying to slay that dragon. Where's Lynn when you need her, man? Of course, Lynn's a trader that loves Tesla out there.
Lynn and Randy, yeah, they use it as an ATM. Pretty sweet. LIPO came back to the view app. Glad I just booked the small amount of gains that I had. See if that sets up again. I'm not taking LIPO off yet. This is not breaking down and has some good volume pops here. It might I shouldn't say that. There might be another trade in this still coming today.
Still could be. Stay tuned. I might step up to the plate in Tesla if it can come back through my entry.
Tesla looks like the sell-off is kind of slowing down here.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about it, right? And it's already been completely hit hard. So if it can come back and make a nice move. Got to see the SPY start coming back and the Qs start coming back. Really make a hard bottom. The Qs make a 5-minute bar up towards 358.50s. That would be like a bullish engulfing candle. That would give me more of that confidence.
I could see Tesla coming in another like $1 maybe.
Yeah, maybe hitting like 215.
Yeah.
But I got to risk like right
it.
underneath that. So it's a little bit harder here. Because, of course, I don't want to get to the point where I lose, like, let's say 60 on Tesla. And then all the other trades, I'm, like, only going to get maybe that $60 in return, right? So I got to be careful there with Tesla. Always understand as you go into stocks, different pricing, right? Like I have stocks from $200 today to $11. You have to understand your sizing there and what's the risk to return. Amazon crushed. That's something definitely to point out. We'll see if it reverses. XRT is the interesting one for me because that's going to depend a lot of how my trades go here. So this is the retail one, right? And it's done what? An up move, a down move, an up move, a down move, an up move. So from this point on, I wouldn't want it to break that kind of like 59.35 level.
Oh, Tesla's trying to bounce.
And back to the 59.60s.
I was a little conservative there, waiting for it to come in. Looks like it's starting to bounce. We'll see if this bounce is short-lived or not.
Yeah, back to the 216 is where I could step up to the plate. But as soon as I step up to the plate, I have to like adjust my risk at least half of this. So that's the key there is understanding like if you are going to step up to the plate, what's your risk from that point on?
Yeah,
because
that bounce was short-lived here. We got to wait for these sellers to get exhausted in Tesla.
Back on the road. There you go. Get home safe. Gonna get a hot dog costume for Halloween. I like it. I like it.
Lynn and Randy are living their best lives right now. Just honestly, like a bit envious.
Yeah. Sometimes I get Tesla right, man. I actually don't do too bad on Tesla. The key with Tesla, though, you have to look for like those extreme pullback opportunities, I think. And I think that's what I do sometimes with Tesla that helps me. I've made some pretty, really, especially like swing trades on Tesla that have done really well. And that's because Tesla loves to like have a trend sometimes, and you got to.
All right, I'm going to try. I got an order out for 25 shares at 215. We'll see if that gets filled.
Coming to you, my friend.
That's nothing's happening here. It's
Let's just
bouncing away
watch
from
it.
it.
Let's watch it. Let's see if we get hit.
XRTX, great job there. 13 in the Crow. Looked like you're on that one. Crow holding till 70s. XRTX currently at 57 cents. So that's a ways to go. That would actually be near the pre-market high, wouldn't it, Crow? One of those bounce
testing
backs.
down here, guys. It's not looking good. We might get this takedown attempt here. Yeah, that's looking pretty weak there. Getting at a takedown attempt there in Tesla might get me out. We'll see if it gets me. It's right there on the 215 spot. You guys are looking for that 215 opportunity. I wanted to like risk somewhere near that 215, but not put the risk right on it because I felt like it could hit it and then come right back up.
Well, that's exactly why I have my order there.
It's not a bad outlook.
Hopefully it gets filled and then pops, and I get to, have you play all the different sounds on the soundboard and have you do the money dance and all that bullshit.
Yeah. You get your Taco Bell today, baby. You get it.
Oh God, if I had Taco Bell today, the mistakes were made. Oh man,
Ryan be thinking just as he eats it.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Taco Bell, no bueno.
That's when we start saying, no way.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Kevin, good question here. Kevin saying, why 215? So if you look at the chart here, we actually wicked at this level before. The round number, you often get a bounce, some type of support there. So I want to see if we get, so I'm filled here. So 25 shares. We'll see if we find the same support that we found in this area here. It looks like this goes down to what, 214, right? So we'll see if we get some support in here and then bounce. If not, we'll cut it. Small position, so it really shouldn't be that hard to actually trade this.
I'm probably going to get stopped out of it right now, and then Ryan can take over. There you go. Stopped out there on Tesla. And look how it wicks right off of me there.
That's what I'm saying. This
so
is
we'll
exactly
look to
why
see if the 215 can recover. It's not a bad spot.
We talked about being able to scale in here. So now that Tesla continues to break down from the 215, remember, we only went in with 25 shares here. So this really isn't terrible. Now, if this continues to sell off and doesn't find any type of bounce, we're not going to waste time adding to it. We're just going to cut it.
SOXL going lower. The big thing here is the Q's not bouncing there. We're going another leg lower. We'll see if it turns around, but that's the big thing there. I wanted to see at least an attempt to the VWAP there, but not working out for right now. Could get stopped out there in SOXL. There it goes. 25 down on SOXL as it hits the 7-11s there and keeps going lower. It had a chance to bounce there. Didn't get it. We'll see what happens to the other positions. Starbucks might get me out on $10 loss if that happens, but I'm holding at it right now. It's still green for me. We'll see what happens there. Still sticking to my kind of retail trade. That's the area that I could still see green.
Love the levels that we're getting here. Kevin giving us 214.73 and 214.09. 214.09 is the intraday low here. That could also see it bouncing off of there. Scotty, I think. Tesla, the 200 EMA is 214.67, right near Kevin's other point there. So we'll see. We'll see where we go. We'll see what Tesla stops here and if it bounces.
All right, going to look to see if XRT can really get moving here. I just stepped up to the plate, at least on that one. Now I have 200 at 59.43s.
Oh, Dave, good morning. Long CVX, stop below 166. All right, Dave.
Nice.
Bex, your brother wrote, directed, produced, and acted in a film Junction. That is awesome. Check that out. Let's go. Is that going to be at the film festival in San Diego that he was talking about? Interesting.
Here's an interesting one. Look at this one. It's just showing up for me because I'm looking in the XRT, but look at the GameStop.
Whoa.
Look at that setup. That's a pretty good technical setup, if I do say so myself.
Just trading sideways there.
Right? This is a scalping. This says scalping all over it, right? Like it's only like a 5 cent move down. So this has scalping all over it. We'll see if it rips here. Macy's, man. I talked about that one. And it's in the green. Now going to the high. We're still in it. Let's see if it take that out at 1150. KSS was also one. That's right off the VWAP. Will that start getting moved now? Man, I feel like this retail move, if it starts moving, we're going to be looking really good. So at least this has stayed above VWAP, right? And there's a lot of names that are red, but I'm at least on names that are above VWAP.
Yeah, I concur. That is neat as shit, Born. I concur with Born. Check that out. We'll check that out. Everyone check out Bex's brother's film. Everyone should do that. Tesla above that 215 level now, by the way. So real quick, we did kind of wick at this level. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to scale in. Remember the discussion that we've been having this week about scaling in. Took a small starter position here, up a little bit on Tesla. Let's go. Let's bounce, baby. Let's bounce. Let's get back to that 216 level, Tesla.
Etsy looking good there. I like that one. If I can get Etsy at 95, I'll take the shot. 98. Looking for one more dip on Etsy to take a shot there on Etsy. It's up at 66. I could step up at 66, but I want one more dip here. And put some orders out there. 95. There it goes. Can it get me the fill? There we go. Got the fill there. Taking a little bit of some Etsy off the VWAP. So this is just a VWAP bounce type of play too. Gonna look for it to get back through 66, back up through 66.30. So this is kind of where the trend line runs into. So if you drew a trend line here approach, right? So you can see how it kind of does this undercut and rally. I'm looking for that cut through on the upside here. I could measure this flag and be like, this is a pretty strong trend before. Can the buyers step back in through the resistance? So taking some more shots, guys, and a lot in retail today. We'll see how it works out. XRT finally getting that nice little push here after I added a little bit more. That's something that I'm just going to keep holding towards and kind of keeping an eye on it. If XRT could really lift off, I should look good. What you got, Ryan?
I was just saying we don't have a win yet. We have an unrealized gain right now, so we're currently in the position. We do not talk about wins until the trade is booked.
What? You don't? Come on.
I don't.
You gotta feel good sometimes, man.
I mean, dude, we've had way too much fun this morning for me not to feel good. I feel great right now. It is Friday. We out here having fun. Yes, let's go.
Yes. At least the support in the chat. That's definitely what we feel out there, guys. Definitely check it out, guys. You guys see us taking a whole bunch of trades today. If you guys want to go ahead and come into it yourself, check it out. Get some buying power. Check out, of course, Trade the Pool. That's what you see us using right now. Palantir for a 1 hour bounce. Okay. Etsy going a little red here for me, so I might add to this. Kind of like it. Setting up what's called a stop buy to try to add on Etsy. We'll see what happens.
Tesla coming back in, unfortunately.
Get those likes up, team. Support us. All right, now now, looking for this XRT to really get moving here above the 5960s. Looks good. Is the SPY coming back a little bit? No, still not really coming back, at least there. Somehow being able to hang on here. Department store is still looking good here. JWN's another one I could give off the VWAP, starting to turn back around. We'll see what happens on that.
Tesla coming all the way back on that potential bounce. Bummer. It looks like Tesla's going lower here.
Tech's still dragging. Still no bounce yet.
Yep. That was a really short bounce, but it was short-lived. I don't feel great about us getting another one. Maybe we do. You guys looking at XRTX? You guys still in that one, that penny stock?
Penny stock action. How was the penny stock action today?
Well, the XRTX was a nice rounding move off 50 cents. It just cleared 61, which is near the VWAP. Maybe it goes higher here. I don't feel great about Tesla. Just going to take that. Don't want that to go red. We can always add if it goes beneath it. Don't feel great about a tech bounce here. Uh, 8 points now off those Netflix highs, by the way. 8 points.
Come on, Starbucks. Take that high.
XRTX.
Macy's going higher. That looks good. It's trying to break through the highs right now.
Nice job, creative. Nice job with your Netflix short there.
Moving my stop into green there for Macy's. No matter what, stop will be green there for Macy's now. Etsy pulling back there. Next support level is 60s.
Take care of yourself, Judge. Nice to see you. Hope that your daughter has a good weekend, my man. Sorry to hear about all that. Hopefully they get that guy.
Watching Etsy right now. That's the best position in the red. So just managing what's in the red and then just trying to keep working the winners, right? SPY, how are we doing? We still on the leak party. Is the TLT just continuing to get hit? TLT's coming back at least.
Here we go on XR. Oh, wow. See if we can get above 62. That would be a breakout level. Do I dare try some of this? That shake was the good spot to buy it.
Man, Victoria's Secret. Let's go.
Ryan, you said you might move out west. Which state? Montana. Montana. That is the goal, dude. Fire pit and mountain ranges.
When's this happening?
As soon as housing becomes more affordable. The Fed doesn't make mortgages, 30-year fixed mortgage rates 8%.
That is true, my friend. Can we just get back to like maybe 4%, 6%? That seems a little bit more reasonable. I don't think we'll get back to 3%, but
Trying to take 62 cents here on XRTX.
XRTS. All right, guys. We'll see what happens in the XRT here. That's what I'm really focusing on.
Just went through as high as 63 cents. I don't know that I don't know how to take care of cows, Jay. So I'm not sure that I'd want to do that.
Get that farm. I got the dog for it. Got my dog right off of a cow farm. Hendrix. You enjoying it back there, Hendrix? Oh, look, he heard his name. Hendrix, what's going on with this market, man? You might know more than I do right now. You know what's going higher is Ollie Bargain Outlet. Look at that retail store really pushing. That is an interesting one. Here it is. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is why you sometimes scan the markets out there. Look at that. That's a nice move.
Yo, a great call. First of all, awesome out there, 13. Can you post your entry and exit there? We'll get you added to the pro wins here. Awesome job. You guys were all over that. You guys were patient through the pullbacks. In fact, maybe even adding. Just an absolute masterful job there of trading that penny stock. This is what I can't do. Glad to see people in the chat able to hit that. Absolutely love that. Netflix below 400, by the way. So that's 10 points. Off of that high this morning on Netflix.
You swing trading now? What's up with that?
I don't have a position on Netflix. I said that earlier when I was talking about it when I was getting ridiculed.
God darn it.
How's KNX? We talked about that one this morning. That really didn't do much.
Oh, nice little lift there. So those are doing well. Etsy's coming back. Ooh, Etsy's coming back with some strength here. I'm looking for an add at 86 or any pullback, but that looks pretty strong there. Coming back with a little vengeance there, Etsy. Let's go to XRT and really see it take off there. Now we're talking game there. That looks like, remember GameStop? This is why I like kind of like looking more into like the industry, right? Because I don't like GameStop, but the chart was there, right? Look at that.
Mitch, I got, you just reminded me. So real quick, I'll make this very quick. If you've got something about a trade, interrupt me.
No. Keep doing.
So I'm debating something. I'm debating maybe if I can get a good price, maybe getting myself a Nintendo Switch, because there are some games that I'm, just very, very nostalgic. Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, Zelda, a lot of titles there that I grew up on. And so I watched a really quick YouTube video yesterday about some of the top 10 Switch games right now. And one of them is Donkey Kong Country Freeze or something like that. And as soon as they started saying it and as soon as they started playing it, all I could hear in my head was the little tune that you play. And all I pictured was your head just kind of singing and bobbing to it. Like it was, I wish you could have been there. I just started laughing for no reason because I was thinking about Mitch.
You know it, my friend. You know it. That's how it goes sometimes. And you know how it is. When it gets in your head, it stays there.
It's so crazy.
I don't know how I don't get hit for this one, but
I don't either.
All right, guys, I'm stepping up to the retail game, guys. like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stepped up on KSS there also. GME pushing strong. Etsy coming back. O'Reilly's going higher. Advanced Auto Parts looking like a little push there. KSS now looking good. I'm looking for a break of 21. Leslie, a smaller name. DG with a nice little push there. ANF starting to come back here. So I'm looking for a little bit of a continued retail play here. Warby Parker,
The glasses?
WR. Yeah, look at that. Nice little setup there.
By the way,
just looking at the retailers and just going through them.
You guys that traded XRTX. So real quick, Mitch, I'm just going to take you off for a second.
Go for it.
You guys that traded XRTX, I'm just going to throw it out there. You guys are better at trading these penny stocks than me. This is why I can't do it. Look what this thing did. This thing just slow curl grind to the VWAP, popped above it, got that whole volume spike, and look at the back. Look at the backside of this move. Just puked everyone out. So 13, taking gains early. Crow, I didn't notice your entry or notice your exit. Hopefully you took the gains there. Just a masterful job. You guys all over this. This is the stock that I likely would have lost money on if I had tried to trade this. At 13, saying Tears of the Kingdom is an incredible. That's what I hear. So isn't Tears of the Kingdom an extension of Breath of the Wild? You should really get both, you're saying? Interesting.
Oh, there's some really good games out there.
I know that's all I've been hearing. And you know what's crazy about, what would make this really cool? It's great for travel, right? Throw it in my work bag, something to do in the hotel, something to do on the airplane or while you're waiting when your flight gets delayed. Lots of good stuff there. And
you could also use it to like web surf and stuff like that, Ryan. It's not like you can't do that on it too. It's like a little iPad thing also with you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's under $400. So it's like, if maybe there's a Black Friday deal or anything. I was talking to Alyssa, who works here. She actually had a really funny comment. She's like, I wish Nintendo knew what a discount was, which I think is hilarious because they rarely discount their stuff. She's right about that.
Yeah. The only way I have is because my wife loves it and she loves Animal Crossing. So
that I've never played.
It's an interesting one for sure. You could definitely build and build and build. All right, guys, I did take some profits there. Now, at least now just down 32. And why? Because I got XRT, right? I added to that. And now I raised the stop, took some profit as it breaks to the upside. Macy's is going higher. I'm just letting that work, but stop loss is in the green now. If I look at my Starbucks, I just took half of that off and now break even on the rest. Why? Because it's right at the resistance breakout. So now I'm looking for it to continue going. So that's looking good there. Still in Victoria's Secret. That this just been an absolute just wild ride for me. I didn't expect to see this. No pullback there on Victoria's Secret. So that's looking good. Etsy starts getting into the green. This is the one that I'm going to be careful on too, because don't want to risk too much now. So I just got to make sure that it doesn't go through this low. It's about $15 risk. This could really push through 66.30. Not adding on this because I don't want to open risk there. Just want to stay in the green in certain positions. KSS is another one that I'll look for it to continue going. And of course, I'll be looking for XRT to stay in the green for the rest of the day. If that happens, the retail trade will be looking really good. And that's why another reason why I have the XRT. All right, definitely smash the like out there, guys. We're going to bring you over to All Access. That's coming up next. It's 10:52. We got about 8 minutes left for that. Definitely hit the like for that. And later today, I want to let you know that we did start kind of a contributors podcast with the Dales Report, guys, for some cannabis content. So if you guys haven't tuned into that, I would definitely take a look at it. It's pretty interesting and can definitely show you guys some new personalities to Benzinga. That would be later today at 4:10 p.m. Eastern after Start Swing Trade. Of course, that's my show later today. And I want to see some of you guys out there. Some of you guys that probably enjoyed today's show. And especially if you guys like the outlook of looking into sectors, industries, and stocks. That's exactly what I do on that show. So don't miss that, guys. Stay with the sectors. Stay with intermarket analysis. That's what it's all about. That's what I look into. That's where I feel I have the most edge. SNBR taking off. Sleep Number. Look at that. This is the interesting stock, right, Chris? Like, why would we get action like this? That's interesting there to see that, right? So, of course, you're in the consumer cyclical area and you're seeing some of those stocks kind of get a nice little lift today. interesting to see that. So we'll see if this can continue working well. Auto parts doing well there, recreational vehicles, agencies. There's always something green out there, even though cyclicals is red. To the leading sectors, communication services, utilities, and defensives. What got hit the most today? Energy, financial services, and technology. Technology still going lower. Financial services bouncing back a little bit, and energy bouncing back a little bit. Technology seems like where the most damage is today. All right, like always, guys, smash the like, stick right here. We got All Access coming up next. And then, of course, if you guys want to rule the pool with us, stay tuned for that. I talked about it, how we're going to kick it off, right, on the 31st, especially the rule the pool. I'm going to come costume. You guys get your costume, and feel free to join the show. You don't have to trade and talk about your trading action, but if you just want to wear a costume and join the show, we can have up to 8 people with us, Ryan. 8. So we got 8 windows for you guys out there. I want to see some costumes. You guys talked about them in the chat. Dress up for Halloween with us. Ryan's going to be in, his hockey gear, but it's okay. It's all good, guys. I want to see some really cool costumes. And I'll tell you what, the person that comes on with the best costume, because we're going to have a vote in the chat, is going to get a free month of Benzinga Pro. How's that for you guys?
Oh, now we're attaching something to it.
Of course.
Okay,
if I'm going to call to action, if I'm going to call the live trading community to action, we got to reward them. I want to see you guys on here. Best costume is 1 month of Benzinga Pro. That way you feel like, you could go out there and spend a little money, right? I mean, it's a tough environment out there. Be careful with Spirit Halloween. I know they kind of upsell you a little bit, but it's a good place to get your gear. All right, Ryan, what do you think of the market
I want to
today?
know the answer to Jay's trivia question here. What 3 companies do more revenue than Apple? Walmart, Amazon? What is the answer to this?
Question.
I literally don't know. Take care, Lynn. Take care, Bex.
Take care, guys.
Thanks for the entry and exit there, 13.
We'll look to see if KSS Etsy gets me out. We're still using Etsy. It's an interesting conversation itself. Give it like 2 cents more.
I got 2 of them. Okay, so I got 2 of the 3. So I had Walmart, Amazon. What would be the other one?
Costco?
I don't think so. What's Costco's revenue? I was trying to do this without looking it up, but man,
I don't know. What about like O'Reilly's or like maybe what's the leader? AutoZone?
13 guessing Microsoft. That's a pretty good guess.
Microsoft. There you go. Google. Amazon.
Amazon was one of them.
Yeah. I think that would be definitely one. Stopped out in Etsy as Etsy pulls back a little bit, but it's a very small stop out.
I was 2 for 3. I'm just going to take the L on Exxon because I wouldn't have got that one. I was 2 for 3, but that's not bad. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it today. We'll go ahead and start wrapping up here. It's about 10:57, but it was a battle type of week, and I'm going to keep battling in my trades right now. If you guys want to find out what happens with those trades, of course, join me on Start Swing Trade later today, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and stay tuned. Of course, we got All Access coming up next. Ryan, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy a little bit of a football action.
Dude, I know wait. I got the Hawks home opener tomorrow. Nice. I got college football on Saturday. I got pro football on Sunday. Probably going to the gun range. Dude, it is going to be a ridiculous weekend.
You have a great one, my friend. It's always good to be with you. Appreciate you coming on all week. Of course, I'll get Ryan out of here, and then we're going to switch over to All Access. Let's bring on my man that was with me just yesterday on the AI Summit. We talked a little bit about it. Let's recap a little bit about what happened there. What's going on, AB? How we doing?
What up, Money Mitch? How we doing? What is up, Zinger Nation? How we doing on this beautiful Friday?
Doing great, man. It's a little tough day in technology today, but like always, there's going to be ups and downs in the market. Looking around to see what we can get into, what we can find. Looks like, oh my Lord. Is that true? We got BullFrog AI coming up next.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be
Smash
talking
the like for
to Vin
that.
Singh, the
Let's get it
CEO
going.
and founder of BullFrog AI, of course, publicly traded on the NASDAQ ticker BFRG. So this has been, I mean, AI has been the biggest story of 2023 on Wall Street. You know, whether you're looking at the price action of NVIDIA's stock, all these other companies and stocks out there. I mean, this has been the biggest story on Wall Street this year, Mitch. So to be able to talk to a CEO and founder from the space, I mean, we're pretty lucky out here today, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm even going to tune in. You guys know how it is. There's always great companies and new opportunities to learn from. We've traded a couple times BullFrog in our live trading stream. So just to kind of
Oh, I
mention
know
that,
it.
right? And so I'm going to stay tuned, guys. I hope you guys out there definitely stay tuned. Hit the like button for this great interview. AB, I'll let you take control. And like I mentioned, I threw up a link there if you guys didn't catch our AI summit. So later, after when the show ends, you guys can go ahead and go check out that AI summit. And I'll make sure that we're able to kind of throw that up here at the end also. So have a good time and take over, AB.
Appreciate you, Money Mitch. All right, guys, welcome to Benzinga's All-Access, our series where we bring you kind of, just open access to CEO interviews. We talk to CEOs directly. We open up the, questions. You can drop questions in the chat. So this is really your best place on YouTube. You can go to connect directly with executives of publicly traded company. Today, as Mitch and I were talking about, we will have BullFrog AI on. And again, I mean, like, what better time than right now to talk to someone from the AI industry? So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Vin Singh, the CEO and founder of BullFrog AI. All right, Mr. Singh, how you doing today?
Great, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Benzinga's All-Access. Thank you for taking time out of your busy Friday to join us. Let's hop right into it. Why don't you just give us an overview of BullFrog AI to start?
So BullFrog AI is a tech-enabled drug development company. We have a proprietary AI that comes out of the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab, and we're applying it to the challenges in drug development with an objective of reducing the time and investment, increasing success rates in this long and high-risk process.
Got it. I mean, it sounds like, I mean, I know the people at Johns Hopkins, those are some smart folks. So it sounds like you guys are working with some good people. You say you aim to improve lives by identifying critical connections between therapies and highly responsive patients in less time with less cost and more precision. How are you guys doing this?
So with AI, you can find patterns, relationships, anomalies that you can't find, using any other technology. With our particular approach, we use unsupervised machine learning and graph analytics. And the advantage there is it allows us to analyze what we call shallow and wide data sets. A lot of times, for example, in clinical trials, you may have a few hundred patients. And traditionally, you would say that's not a lot of data. That's not true big data, but it's a wide data set because you have genomic data and things like that.
Got it.
So, even looking at data sets like that, we can identify information and take a precision medicine approach to drug development through, the efforts.
Got it. And so, Vin, tell us about what makes the BullFrog Leap tech different from other available technologies in the space.
Sure. This is a technology, like I said, that was developed at the Applied Physics Lab. That's a subsidiary of Johns Hopkins. They have more than 6,000 engineers and scientists there developing all kinds of amazing technologies. They do a lot of defense-related work. This technology won Innovation of the Year there years ago. And we've continued to license improvements to the technology. They had a publication that came out over a year ago comparing our proprietary algorithms head-to-head with the open source algorithms that we all hear about. These are the libraries available through Microsoft, Amazon, and so forth, Google. And our algorithms in that situation outperformed these algorithms for speed and accuracy of prediction.
Wow.
And then just a couple months ago, APL submitted an application to the R&D 100 Awards, which is the global Oscars for R&D, and the technology was a finalist in those awards. So that's a pretty big deal. That's recognition. So we're definitely in what we'll call the innovator category for AI. We're not applied AI. Applied AI is just using these open source algorithms, and we continue to innovate.
Got it. And then so Vin, I know you guys, kind of recently started trading on the NASDAQ. Can you tell me a little bit about your decision to IPO and what that process has been like?
Well, we had options for sure. We thought the timing was right. AI was starting to really heat up, and made the decision that the public market route is the best route for us, because our company has tremendous potential. We have a unique business model. We think there's a lot of attractive elements to what we're doing that made us ideally suited to be a public company.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's been a busy time for y'all for sure. This spring, I mean, I know you've mentioned it a few times now, but this spring you partnered with Johns Hopkins. What has that relationship been like? Why did they choose to harness your technology?
So Johns Hopkins, we have multiple relationships with them. Like I said, that our AI comes through their subsidiary. We've also licensed multiple drugs from Johns Hopkins. Our 2 glioblastoma drugs were licensed from them. And, I think, Hopkins, they believe in what we're doing. They trust us. And they think we're going to add a lot of value and make a difference. And ultimately, I think these institutions are more focused on just making an impact in society. And, I think they know that we have the tools to do that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I know they've got some great people and some very smart people over there as well. So, Vin, how has the development of BullFrog 222 or BF222 progressed?
So 222 and 223 they're both glioblastoma drugs. They're part of our program. We're looking for a strategic partner to advance these programs. And once we identify that partner, together we'll put a strategy together about how best to advance these 2 drugs, or we may decide just to advance one of them. We had some interesting animal data that came out on 223 recently. There was a press release that came out where we demonstrated that both of the drugs are essentially equivalent in terms of their impact on glioblastoma. However, there's been earlier studies with 223 that shows it has improved bioavailability and solubility. So more of the drug can get where it needs to go, and you can take less of that drug, basically is what that says. So we have a interesting opportunity here with these 2 drugs. We'll decide as soon as we secure this partnership as far as what we want to do going forward.
Got it. And then, so backing away from, BullFrog specifically and talking more just generally about AI. I mean, this has obviously come burst on the scene this year with ChatGPT and is now in like the public eye. How rapidly has the field of AI advanced in the last few years, and where do you see it going in the next few years?
Well, it's really exploded. I think, consumer facing AI is, through ChatGPT and so forth, as it's unbelievable, the growth rate. I think companies now are providing other companies with tools, AI tools, to help them improve their business processes. I see this continuing to accelerate, continuing to find new applications. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to results. Okay, it's great to have this tool, in some cases a toy, but it has to add value and produce results. And I think you're going to see more and more of that. A lot of proof points, especially looking at healthcare, which is our space. I'm expecting the number of applications where a true difference is being made is going to increase probably exponentially. And I think we're going to be right in the middle of that, because we're tackling these problems from a critical point, which is the drug development process. Ultimately, we want to improve success rates in drug development. Right now, big pharma fails about 50% of the time in phase 3, which is unbelievable considering they spend $1 to $2 billion in 10 to 15 years to develop these drugs, and they have all that experience. There are a lot of patients that could benefit from these drugs if they were developed in a way that leveraged, true powerful AI like BullFrogs to dial in the right patient, right drug, right dose. And that's the direction we're going. So in healthcare, I see precision medicine having a lot of success going forward. That's what I'm expecting.
Got it. And Ben, I mean, your guys' business is very much in the science field as well. What is the key to marrying science and business together?
I think the key is having the right team. We have a lean team and a very diverse team, but a very experienced team. Most of the people on my team have 25 plus years of experience, and they come from diverse backgrounds. You have people who come from biotech, pure drug developers. You have people from academia. You have people who come from, leading companies like Takeda and Thermo Fisher, and they know how to build a business. So, it can't just be about having great technology. It comes down to execution. It comes down to under-promising and over-delivering. And when you have that right combination, that chemistry to do that, and you operate with urgency, great things can happen. And that's how you have success. And in our industry, it's very important to do that. We've been very smart about how we've sort of stepped forward with our business as it continues to develop and mature, learning from the mistakes of other companies, and trying to do things the right way, being very smart with our cash, and that's pretty much it. That's the formula.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys are on the right track, Vin. I mean, it's been like Mitch said, we've talked about this company on the show before, traded it, so it's been awesome to learn more about what you guys are doing. So, like I mentioned, that AI has been the hottest story of 2023. How similar is your technology to the Chat GPT stuff that's out there that's kind of capturing the attention of the general public? And Vin, how far do we need to go to reach a true artificial intelligence?
Yeah. So Chat GPT is very different. It's scraping information from the web. Okay. First of all, we operate in what's called a closed system. Okay. So we don't have to have concerns about, information that's, inaccurate, or opinion, things like that, misinformation. It's information that comes from our client to us. We analyze the data and send it back to them. I mean, I think that's a key differentiator for us. Obviously, we're very focused on healthcare only. We're not, focused at all on other industries. But and then a couple of other qualities I think that separate us. Number one, we can make predictions even with incomplete data, which is a problem in every sector. And in our sector, it's no different. We work with multimodal data, so we can literally bring any type of data, genomic data, imaging data, lab data, physiological data, so on and so forth. We bring it together and we can build these networks. We call them graph networks that we can then query to answer questions. And then finally, the biggest differentiator is explainability. Okay. Our AI is explainable. Chat GPT, at least to my knowledge at this point, is not. You don't know where it's getting all of this information, and some of it you probably don't want the information, but it's in there. With ours, we can actually show how we arrived at the answers, how we've made the predictions, and it's our belief that if a scientist or physician is going to make life or death decisions with a AI tool like ours, or make $1 billion decision about whether to pursue a drug, it needs to be explainable. It can't be a magic black box that spits out an answer. This is really important stuff we're doing, so it's critical to have that capability. As far as a true AI, I think we're probably a ways off from that, because I think a true AI will need to have intuition, emotion, opinion, and I think you're probably looking at 15 to 20 years away before we have reached that point.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that kind of true AGI, the artificial general intelligence that the type of stuff you see in like sci-fi movies still seems
Right.
like it's pretty far away. And I mean, we'll see, but for now, people are still pretty enamored with the Chat GPT version. So who knows what it'll look like once we get to more advanced technologies. Well, Vin, like I said, it's been great to learn more about BullFrog AI today. Again, the ticker is up on the screen, BFRG, now trading on the NASDAQ. Vin, thank you for hopping on Benzinga's All Access. Hopefully we'll get a chance to reconnect in the future. Anytime you guys have important, company updates, news events, etc., would love to have you back on.
Great, Aaron. Thanks. It was great to be here. Have a great day.
Of course. All right, Vin. All right, guys, that was Vin Singh, the CEO and founder of BullFrog AI. Again, ticker up on the screen, BFRG. Go check it out if you guys would like. Pretty ugly day out there in terms of, looks like tech, everything is just getting pretty wrecked, if you want to say that. Qs are now down more than 1.3%. SPY's also down, DIA. I mean, Tesla is just continuing to get rocked. Tesla closed down, I want to say, more than 8% yesterday, down another 3% yesterday. In the last 5 days alone, Tesla stock is down more than $44, down to $213 a share, down 17% over the last week. I don't know. I'm not going to do the math in my head real quick, but that means that Elon Musk has lost quite a few billions of dollars just in the past 5 days. So tough week for Tesla holders. Other stocks not doing great either. But yeah, that'll be a wrap for us today. Hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. Again, BullFrog AI, ticker BFRG, up on the screen right there. We have the Raz report coming up next. We're going to be talking to Marshall Sandman. If you want to know more about how influencers, about how Gen Z are investing their money, where they're putting their money to, how Marshall Sandman has done a really cool thing by kind of connecting venture capitalism with Gen Z influencers. So a very interesting discussion with our CEO, Jason Raznick. Again, we'll start right after this. You don't need to go anywhere. This stream will redirect you automatically to that one. And with that, I'll see you guys next week.